week, and they gotta change now. They gotta pull out every single thing. And I don't know if you noticed, but I changed my hat right there. But yeah, apart from that, they gotta make sure they pull out their last cards, because if they don't, this might be the end of the journey.
Hey, you know what, Hockey? I know you changed your hat, but I got a different suit on as well. You're just a chill guy. I'm the guy in the office. Look at the difference. It's polar opposites right now, of course, but at the same time,
I mean, we're
we
just
wanna
chill
see-
casters.
you know, we want to see if Birthright, because trailing back to game number 1 and 2, Birthright actually didn't do anything out of the ordinary, right? They played an absolute basic game of Mobile Legends Bang Bang. It was just pure discipline, understanding the heroes, knowing when to go in, knowing when to go out. It was a clean game. Game number 1 was clean. Game number 2 was clean. Yes, there was a little bit of tug of war early, somewhere on the mid-game phase, but like Cavalry botched that. But that just means how good Birthright are, right? That just shows how good Birthright are. And I think they're just going to run it back. I feel like the fact that like Cavalry have to do something out of the ordinary to get an advantage means that their draft is not the better draft, of course. And also they are not able to play towards their win condition because they're losing the individual laning matchups, which creates so much of a big difference in the long run.
I mean, you've mentioned that here Birthright isn't really doing anything special, right? They're just playing ordinary but a bit more disciplined than any other team. I feel like for the side of Light Cavalry, they can't really perform that well under so much pressure, or maybe they're just overthinking the plans that Birthright have for them. They thought like Birthright is gonna have those special techniques or something or whatever, right? Special play style, maybe it's something we won't see, or maybe they're just super nervous under pressure, because this is not the same Light Cavalry we saw a while ago, right? And when it comes to such a heavy match, especially against one of Europe's best, I feel like they need to step up the game. They need to make sure they are able to adapt within that pressure and make sure that they also play with their comfort style.
Yeah, they gotta play with their comfort style, but guess what? They're going against against the statistics, Hockey.
Yeah, I mean,
They're going against the statistics with that Hilda again.
Hilda is just a bad charm into this MESL. Like anywhere else you would see Hilda dominating, but especially, ladies and gentlemen, here in the MESL, I don't know, Hilda's been a bad charm. I don't think she's one to pick nowadays.
Not just that, Hockey. Not just that. I feel like the weight. She should be good. You know, she should work out. I feel like the weight of the tusks that she's carrying on her shoulders in the game is probably just weighing the team down when they're trying to go for an engage or not. But on the other side, they go for what works in the form of a Suyo as well as the Beatrix. So right now, you know, Birthright wants to get this early game dominance and end the game as soon as possible.
I mean, they got the Beatrix, they got the Suyo. They're gonna say like, hey, watch that Suyo now. Watch what we can do with the Suyo, right? And Light Cavalry need to pull out something. I mean, you still have a few marksman pick on the table before they get taken out. And ooh, Eve on the other side, unfortunately, is a 0% win rate. But every time we've seen an Eve, she was super good in terms of almost every team fight. It's just that she was uncomfortable. And there it is, the man himself, the lane bully himself, Harith. I've been waiting for that pick because he's just fun to cast and watch.
Yeah, because you like people dancing around in the land of dawn. You just add the Zushin's lantern flare. Next thing you know, it's a whole disco. But right now, hey, RWM's the room. Lantern flares the disco light, and Herrick just dashing around and dancing around. Hey, with 1-1, oh my goodness. Call that a party in the land of dawn, an MLBB party, folks. Somebody got to do that. Create a video, put it up on TikTok or Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts or whatever. It's a good idea, guys. Give it a try. But right now. Don't
forget about the CC. The CC can be there as an idol,
Like what, a party trick? The yo-yo blitz?
The yo-yo, I mean, she's an idol, lore-wise, I think, right?
True. Sort of. Well, Hockey, you're drifting away from the point. Look at the picks rather. We got the Hilda, we got the Eve, and the Harriet. So of course, they're gonna be dancing around in the RWM. So I like the draft coming in from Light Cavalry so far. They need a lot of CC coming in towards their jungle as well as their roam position. So I feel like they got to go for the fighter jungle route. But at the same time, if you take a look at Birthright, they have the Suyo for the early snowball, the Beatrix for the mid to late game, and also the snowball if it gets going. And they give my lobby the Phoveus again. I feel like they're just giving them comfort picks right now, but they realize that take away the Hayabusa, take away the Alpha. The Sicilian is not going to be in the hands of Danny anymore. And I feel like right now it's got to be that Aurora being banned out, but they banned the Tigreal instead. So Danny has the Aurora. Danny could also really go for the Farsa. I wouldn't expect that, but also the Valentina's available.
Yeah. I'd say Valentina's a better pick. You can take that real world manipulation to yourself, and it would help you so much alongside the Phoveus, right? Aurora, I mean, it's kind of a risk pick because with Aurora, I think you would get outranged by the Eve, outpoked as well. There is the Valentina, as you mentioned, is obviously the better pick here against the Eve and against the Hilda, since you're able to get out as well, dash out. And it's just, I mean, mage picks are usually tricky, right? There are a lot of mages on the table you can decide and pick from. I mean, right now on the table we still have the Farmers Open that could have worked. Vixana is also a choice into out-rotating the Eve potentially, but Valentina just works best thanks to her IMU. And right now the Kufra with the Ling, and this is quite the unusual pick here, seeing Kufra so like like picked here. I don't think Kufra was the best of choices.
Yeah, I'm not liking the Kufra. The Ling would have worked, but the Kufra fits the build. They need a lot of CC right now, and you get that in the form of the Kufra. One of the, if I'm not wrong, probably the hero that has the most CC in the game, at least in terms of tanks. But right now, he is a complete ball of CC. Crowd control in the form of the Tyrant's Revenge, the Rage, of course, the Bouncing Ball, preventing them from dashing in and out. But the reply from the other side, we've seen a chip being picked up twice. 0%. Was that right, Hockey? Was that a 0%?
Well,
was that 10%?
I think that was a 0.
Yeah,
no, that was
0%. It can't be 10% because two picks, no wins. Yeah, 0% win rate. But it seems like Birthright might pull it off.
Chip wasn't even in the first match. It was a bug in the graphic.
Yeah, it was a bug.
Yeah, he was. I mean, I think he traveled onto the first match to let us know he's gonna be in there somehow. And yeah, I mean, it could be. You know, he can make portals here and there. He just came from there and said, "Hey guys, make sure the game goes to game 3 because I'm gonna be there." And there it is, the Chip right now showing up, and quite interesting pick, really, right? I mean, to be fair, I kind of like the Chip pick because now you don't have anything that's actually that threatening against the Chip apart from the Eve. Usually, when you see a Chip, you would be paired against a Minotaur, a Carmilla, or an Aurora, or maybe something that would have massive AoE and disruptive to the Chip. But now, I feel like Chip here could work. You know, Chip here doesn't have that many counters, you know, apart from having the Kufra, which isn't as huge as the other roamers.
I agree. The Chip could be the difference maker, trying to tilt the tides in towards the side of Birthright with that shortcut. Of course, turning a 1v1 into a 1v5. You always want to get that numbers advantage when you have the Chip. Alongside my lobby, who's going to be a problem with this Phoveus, and of course the cleanup crew in the form of Levi's Suyo. So yeah. I'm for these. They got just because Light Cavalry got everything mixed up. I'm just questioning. Did Birthright do something? No, they did not. So at this point, I feel like Hockey. I still think it's gonna be a 3-0. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm still going with chances of 3-0 here. I mean, I quite like the team play coming in from Birthright, and having the Chip makes that team play strengthen even more because they need a lot of synergy to play with that Chip, right? On the side of Light Cavalry, they do have the draft here. I mean, they have a really good draft, one that can potentially out-rotate Birthright if they're able to get around the Chip, right? But at the same time, once again, I've said it many times, I think it comes down to execution. But generally here, looking just from looking at the draft, just on paper, I feel like Birthright has this for the 3-0.
Yeah, definitely Birthright will have it, and I feel like so far it's just a matter of time. It's all, of course, it's game number 3, folks, that we're gonna get into right now in this best of 5 lower bracket final. Birthright versus Light Cavalry PH, and all PH team versus Birthright, who are coming in from the side of Spain, of course. And it feels like this game is going to be a blast because Krieve already get it started and Mark trying to get that poke going down. It is a 2-0 in the favor of Birthright. Will Light Cavalry be able to make that miracle comeback with their reverse sweep, or will Birthright just make it a 3-0 and go into the grand finals?
I mean, we've seen that miracles many times, right? It could happen again. I mean, we've seen it with Extremist Lands here at 7, but are we going to see it with Light Cavalry against one of the strongest teams we know of right now, which is Birthright? And that might be unlikely, but it's not a 0%. And it looks like the poke here onto Danny is a bit too much, but once again, he knows he can poke in and out cleanly.
Yeah, and also Levi not opting to go for the tough boot, goes for the magic shoes and says wants to get that cooldown reduction early on, getting that level 3 power spike with that soul sever combo with the blade surge might be the difference maker. Danny already getting poked out means the rotation is definitely in the favor of the side of Light Cavalry, but with Malfurion being a stationary target, doesn't want to really rotate around the map unless he gets the vision from Can't Find Vian as well as Krieve. So it's been a stalemate of an early game, but it could turn out something else if Levi wants to go in for the kill.
They are indeed want to go in, and there is disrupting Malfurion. That is actually a really good play, really good way to disrupt, the side of Light Cavalry for the upcoming objective, knowing that he's gonna be a bit too late here for the turtle, and looks like they are cooking something as Vian goes in aggressively here with the Cyclops Eye, but looks like he
Oh
almost
my
gets taken eye.
goodness.
There it is coming in. Leandro has a Tempest of Blade but doesn't have the blue buff, and he's trying to go for something but unfortunately misses a sword. And he's still going for more here, going in for Scienfin, but nah, Leandro unfortunately a bit too slow here. The Scienfin doesn't even connect, and he's just taking down here for the first blood by the hand of Mark and my lobby.
Yeah, Mark getting that first blood means that the chip will be able to get a little bit more sustain items faster, but the problem is Leandro on a Ling won't be able to scale up to the point that he wants to, and that will be the problem for the side of Light Cavalry. And you can see already on the back foot, Mark playing quite aggressive. Alan stole away that gold crab, however. That's good gold in his pocket, but Krieve just making sure to mirror Mark the entire time. But what he doesn't realize that it could turn into a 2v5 or a 1v5 whenever Mark feels like it. He does have the portals to make the rotation a little bit faster, even though the cooldowns were really bad right now after the nerf. The goal lead in the favor of Birthright around 600. Not so much, but it could get away, and Light Cavalry could let it slip if they get the hands on the right target for the side of Birthright. And Levi is looking for that snowball hockey, but on the bot side, they're looking to take the trade.
Looks like they are going in for the trade as 5-man pull through, but nice escape coming in from V and making sure he doesn't get caught here off guard. He's going, he tried to go into the portal there, I think, but apart from that, looks like the flicker coming in with the Titan's Revenge here on the top side, alongside the backup coming in from Leandro, and there it is, a Tempest of Blades, but Alan with the Zaman Force
Levi
through, and what a catch coming in from Levi. He knows his stuff on the Suyu, still going for more as the Soul Silver takes in the double kill, and he said, no, we're not gonna go down without nothing, and make sure his team comes out positively.
Yeah, Levi just realized, waited for the best opportunity. The ultimate opportunist went in with the Blade Surge Soul Sever combo, caught him just when he got the Tempest of Blades down. Leandro was not able to pick up his swords, and right now they have the advantage. They are the aggressors. So far, every single game, they're the ones ahead, and right now, with the shortcut available, Mark could make a play, but realizes Alan goes in for the Zaman Force.
Going after the man for the Chrono Dash is coming in left and right, but looks like there is the Ruin Manipulation. Tyrant's Rage isn't even enough to stop them and still look for more fighting there. Via might be in trouble. Revitalize isn't even enough to heal him out of that fight. Or will it be? Oh, never mind, but he did stay longer than expected, and that's what, I mean, that's just insane coming in from the side of Birthright. 3 matches, and all 3, so far, in my opinion, look the same.
Yeah, it's been looking the same. Nothing special coming out from the side of Light Cavalry. Neither is Birthright. Just a clean game so far. Alan goes in for the Chrono Dash with the Zaman Force again on towards Urek.
Oh, going in, but is taken down here by Mark again, alongside my lobby, and looks like just for the side of Birthright, they are saying, hey, let's just play around Urek here. We're trying to make sure Urek rotates as much as possible, because if you're able to snowball Urek that much in the early game, I don't think they're gonna have a late game, and there is Grief being picked off so casually here, like it's nothing. This just looks like your average ranked game between 2 games.
Yeah, just another day at the office for the side of Birthright. 7 kills up to Light Cavalry's only kill, which was the first the blood, of course. And right now you can see with the atomization, Alan really needs a lot more time to scale up. He's trying to build in towards that Starlium site to get the advantage. But here Mark might want to go on towards Vian.
Real world manipulation is ready in the hands of Malfury, but also Danny, and you gotta keep that in mind, right? Looks like Mark is not letting Leandro go. He knows the pressure he needs to apply on the Ling, not giving him the comfort zone he needs, but now making sure that the Ling gets his farm. Will he be trading towers for that? And there it is, a Purify coming in from Danny, and the real manipulation counteracting that. And there it is, Mark taking out Leandro, still looking for more as Uruk-kind finds Vian actually. And there it is, Malfury is taken out by my lobby. The Zaman Force coming through, but not even a Chrono Dash can get him out of that sexy triple kill coming in from the man himself, Uruk on the Beatrix.
Yeah, right now, Urek on the Beatrix has been dominating 5-1-5. That is 10 out of 12 kills participated in for the side of Birthright. Urek, an absolute monster, has the Malefic Gun, building towards the Blade of Despair right now. And I feel like at this point, Light Cavalry are scrambling, looking for any possible advantage that they can get around the map. And that's why Leandro goes in towards the bot side to get the clear on the wave. He does have the Berserker's Fury, building in towards the Haas's Claws for some sustain. But guess what? While you're building all of that, Birthright are taking more objective, more control around the map. The map is starting to look a little bit more red compared to blue, and seems like Leandro's the target on the bot side.
Looks like Leandro might be in trouble, but just flies away from there. I mean, the BOD has been just picked up from the hands of Uruk, and Mark, he's just sitting there. He's waiting. He knows, Leandro, hey, I'm not gonna let you go, right? And he's doing that perfectly well, and also keeping sure he's keeping in balance that he plays with the team as well, pressures everyone equally, but especially Leandro.
Yeah. Can't find Vian. Wants to make the opening for his team. Mark, though, he does have the shortcut. Doesn't want to use it just yet. Danny has the real world manipulation, but Malfurion pops his Purify to get away, and Leandro goes in.
Leandro tries to go for an opening, but I don't think he'll be going in. I think it's a bit too risky having Uruk here next to Danny and making sure Danny does have that real manipulation. So even if the Tempest Blades came out, I think he can use that real manipulation to get some shield, you know, to save himself. So that could have been the thing as well. Look on the top lane. I mean, Levi's just been going with a split push here, doing really good here at having wave managements. And yeah.
It's like a magic trick hockey. They take away the top side pressure at that, but the concealed play coming in. Mark might want to go in. Creating space so far. Get the tier 2. Holy defense is there, so they're going to proc it quite early before the Lord could even spawn. And what I was saying, hockey, it's like a magic trick. They apply pressure on towards the lane, steal away your purple buff, and Leandro right now is just a broke man.
He is a broke man indeed. The only money he can get is those side lane minions, but apart from that, he can't really do much. He can't fight, he can't engage, all he can do is just farm and run. It's like a game of hide and seek, but looks like they seek the target they're looking for, and there it is, Leandro taken out once again by Uruk, and it looks like his hiding spot wasn't really the best this time.
It really wasn't, was it? They forced him to use that Tempest of Blades because they realized that, yes, he can come in with the Finch Boy, steal away the Lord, but that was a beautiful dark wave coming in from my lobby to make sure he catches him while he's on top of the wall on the Finch Poise. But right now, they have the advantage. Birthright, the only kill they gave away was the first blood. Can't find Vienna, is in the middle of a fight.
Shortcut coming through, and there it is, the Tyrant's Rage! But unfortunately, they don't have the farm, they don't have the money, but Uruk is shut down here by Malfury. And looks for the side of Birthright, they're starting to retreat, knowing that they don't have the one and only Beatrix, but they're still looking for more. They said, psych, never mind, we have Levi on our team, we have Mark, we have that chip, and they're still looking for more. My lobby, they don't need Uruk here. They just know they're that ahead in the game, you know, stopping Grieve here and making sure they try and look for an end, but I don't think they have to push for it, so never mind, it's only just Vian, and I think they're able to end as they taunt here, and this, ladies and gentlemen, might be the end of Light Cavalry Philippines as we speak right now, and there it is. Wait.
No way they just way they bots that. No way About to say no way they bots that, right? It was a clean game that came in from the side of Birthright. Of course, for the doubters who doubted it, for the haters who hated it, you got no. You can do whatever you want. You still watch the game, and you witnessed the victory of Birthright in a 3-0 clean cut fashion. Scared yet it was clean. It was disciplined. And we're all in the Hunger Games putting up the three fingers. But at the same time, I just feel like that shows the level of the upper bracket finals versus Extremely Slay, and the competition and the competitive spirit they showed against Birthright there. And I think after that game, Birthright felt like they could beat anybody.